Football is off this week, but we're not. Welcome to Flame Central alongside Rhett McGibbon. I'm Matt Warner. You might notice things look a little bit different around here. How about Rhett and I did some renovations over the last weekend. No big deal.
A new look for the show, but the same great content. Right. Today, we hear from both Liberty basketball coaches and some former Flames making headlines in the pros.
Yeah, but we start with a program that's in the top 10 here on Liberty's campus, field hockey, a national power, and they're not slowing down. This past week, the Lady Flames had a couple of home games, and they took care of business, beating Providence 2-0, St. Joe's 2-1. With those wins, Liberty improves to 12-2 on the year and a perfect 5-0 in Big East play. By the way, their only two losses came by 2 goals to then number 2 UNC and by 1 goal to then number 3 Virginia. It's been an incredible season for the ladies, and just 3 regular season games remain before they host the Big East tournament right here in Lynchburg. But despite all that success, the Lady Flames can't move up in the national field hockey poll. What's going on? Liberty holding steady at number 7 for a 3rd straight week. Give the Lady Flames some respect. It's time to move them up, Rhett.
Keep on preaching, Matt. I am so with you on this one. Could not agree more. Lady Flames are getting taken over in the polls. They got to be in top 5 for sure. Well, hey, the basketball season is fast approaching, and for the Liberty women, that means a new era is about to begin. This past August, Alexis Sherard took over the program following the retirement of Carrie Green, and we caught up with the new head man to hear about the transition, his vision for the team, and what it means to lead the Lady Flames.
We're going to be game speed today. Ice, good. Be sharp, be sharp. Come on, Z. Yes, yes. Take your time, read the defense, wait for your screen, Cloudy. Good, Liz, good.
It's been miraculous. I mean, I can't even put it into words, and I almost get choked up to be a head coach at the greatest Christian university in the country.
Dear God, just thank you for this day. Thank you for bringing us all together. I just pray for this practice today.
I would say probably in the last 3 to 5 years, I really felt that I was ready. And, you know, with me, it was all God's time. And I knew it was going to be at the right time when God made the opportunity come to fruition, because this has been a lifetime dream for me. I mean, going back from the early 80s, and, you know, speaking with my mom.
Set the tone here, ladies, set the tone. Z, get those guys running, Z, get those guys running. We love that. Keep it, keep it. Here we go, we're in it. Good, JT.
I've kept a head coach's notebook for years, and I'll have a side out of bounds play. I'll have an end line out of bounds play. I'll have a press offense. I'll have a zone offense. I have sets versus man versus. So yeah, I want it all. I want to have 27 sets for each situation. So I'm absolutely trying to pace myself. I don't want to overload the players.
That's the way go after the ball. I like that.
When you catch it, pass fake, shot fake, and then go.
You say good pass? You told a good pass? Okay, good. Come on now.
And I've been walking out with the Lady Flames for 18 years as an assistant, as associate head coach. How is it gonna feel? I don't know. I've had a little appetizer of it when Coach Green was injured and I was the head coach. But again, it has to be a little different. But it'll be a good different.
Ready, go. Good pass, Avery. Good job, nice job. Ooh, good take, buddy. Good, Effie. Good move.
I don't recruit. I just share my testimony. To be able to do that freely here at Liberty, it's a dream come true. It's a university where I can just be myself. I've been a believer in the majority of my life. Now to just share that testimony with families that I meet from all over the world, I just can't even put it into words. It's just remarkable.
Rhett, so excited for Alexis Sherard. We've been around the guy for a long time. Such a good assistant coach to Carrie Green all these years. Excited to see maybe what kind of twist he puts on this program.
Sure.
Like, what does a team with his fingerprints on it look like heading into this season?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. You know, I was out in Kentucky for the first round of the Final 64 with the women, and it was just fun to watch them in practice. When he speaks, they listen. He brings a certain energy to this group. So I think they'll be trending in the right direction here not too long.
He's been waiting a long time for this. I know he's excited as well. All right, sticking with basketball and turning to the men, that was the focus of this week's Flame Central podcast presented by Ortho Virginia. Head coach Richie McKay joined us to talk about his Flames, the lofty expectations, and how this year's team might look a little bit different than what we saw a year ago. You look at this roster, I mean, I think you would agree, you have a chance to be a lot deeper than you were a year ago.
Yes, definitely. The issue is, like, will we sacrifice what we want individually for what we want as a group?
Yeah.
And I think when you have more depth, there's more expectation to play, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm good, man. I deserve to be out there, and it's true. Yet we might not have or need the role that you want because we have some other guys that can fulfill that. So will you concede enough of that ego to give us the role that we need?
Well, if you'd like to hear the entire conversation with Richie McKay, and I think you do, check out this week's Flame Central podcast presented by Ortho Virginia. Every Monday, we release a new episode. Joe Yock, Matt Warner, maybe Emily Austin. They discuss all the happenings around Liberty Athletics. You can listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or watch on the Liberty Flames YouTube channel. Well, some football news as Juju Gray has been named the CUSA Special Teams Player of the Week. The reason, you may ask, it's pretty simple. Gray returned a kickoff 96 yards for a touchdown in the Flames' win over New Mexico State. It was the longest return of his career and the 6th longest in Liberty history. More importantly, it gave the Flames a much-needed spark in their win over New Mexico State.
Well, Liberty football may not have played this week, but there were 4 midweek games around the conference. And after those finished up, here's what the standings look like in CUSA. The surprise of the league is Kennesaw State, sitting a perfect 3-0 in conference play. But most importantly for Flames fans, Liberty is just 1 game back of the leaders with 5 conference games yet to be played, beginning with Delaware right here in Lynchburg next Saturday. Well, when it comes to college football, possibly the most underrated person in every program is the strength and conditioning coach. They do so much to develop these athletes, and they spend more time with them than probably anybody on staff. That guy here at Liberty is Chad Scott, and while he may be great in his role, it's not one that he had ever envisioned for himself.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fellas, how we doing today? Good. Hey, before we get going, all right, we've talked about connection and we've talked about consistency. Hey, dab somebody up, connect with somebody. Let's get our minds right. Let's get ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all figure it out. Attack the hill. Attack the hill. Attack the hill.
The weights are the easy part. The running, the lifting, all that's the easy part.
Wake people up. Let's go.
6, 7. We want to build these guys from the inside out. We're going to talk into their heart. We're going to grow. And as we grow inside, we're obviously going to develop outside. And it's that connection with each other and connection through shared experiences, connection through shared struggle.
Come on. Come on. Come on. That's what I'm talking about.
We're going to put the guys through hard things. We're going to make guys strain. We're going to put guys through adversity.
We're sprinting to the top. I'm gonna blow the whistle. Y'all ready to roll? Ready! Come on, come on, come on! Go, 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 go! Hey, tap somebody up, man. Y'all did a heck of a job today. Find somebody, connect with them, hug them, do something.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's connection, right? That starts with Coach Chadwell and comes all the way down to the basement with us.
Let's go. Get to your Rex, get to your Rex, get to your Rex. Come on now. Good lift, good lift, good lift. Pause, drive. Good.
A football weight room was not the kind of office Chad Scott expected to work in. The former walk-on D lineman graduated from Eastern Kentucky University in 2002 with a political science degree.
My first strength coach, Mike Kent, was definitely instrumental in my development mentally and physically, and really kind of shaped the path for me to be a strength coach. I wanted to go to law school. I thought, that was kind of the path that I was going to go. He actually reached out a few times and said, hey, you really need to check out this thing called strength and conditioning. I think you'd be a really good strength coach one day.
He would listen to his mentor, begin working in weight rooms around the Southeast, and in 2012, he was hired as the head strength and conditioning coach for Charleston Southern University, where he would begin working with first-time D1 head coach Jamie Chadwell.
It was long days, long hours, but I loved every second of it. Trying to pour into our guys with everything that I had an opportunity to really just show who I am to a brand new head coach. I jumped in with 2 feet in. I said, day one, I'm going to give Coach Chadwell and I'm going to give this program everything that I got.
As Jamie Chadwell climbed the coaching ranks, he would bring that trusted voice in the weight room right along with him.
you're lifting weights and conditioning more than you're doing any games, more than you're doing practicing. And to have somebody that the players enjoy going in there to get better every single day, that's a gift, and he has that gift. He's been able to help our teams from back in 2013 on to always be ready to go, ready to play at a high level, and he's a huge reason part of that. And when you have a guy that connects with young people like that, you don't want to lose him.
And on game day, it's hard to find a bigger encourager for the Flames.
Good stretch, loosen it up,
First and goal from the JMU 2 to the south end zone.
Come on, O. Come on, Vasco.
Vasco shotgun, keeps it himself, following Dickens towards the goal line. They push ahead.
Touchdown, let's go. Great day job, DJ.
There's a piece that a lot of people miss as far as with being a strength coach. They miss the coach piece. And in order to be a coach, that's pouring into guys, meeting them where they're at, seeing them who they are, and helping them develop as people.
Head feel good though? Body feel good? Yeah, body good. Great.
They got to see your heart. They got to see who you are. They got to see what you're about. And that's got to be every single day, regardless of circumstances outside of this room. You got to be the same person. You never know what guys are going through. You never know, the things that are going in their heads and some of the battles that they're fighting daily. And so I want them to have a support system outside of their own family or outside of the coaching staff, whatever it is. And ultimately, as strength coaches, I think what makes it nice and kind of maybe evens it a little bit is that we don't control playing time. And so we're here to serve. We're here to, help the guys find a better version of themselves.
Dickens remains in as the running back. Another third down situation.
What fires me up and what gets me excited is when it's a super tight game and you got guys that truly believe we're going to win the game, and they grow together and they're linked up together, and you're in a good place. And because as a strength coach, you want the guys to thrive in adversity. You want guys to thrive when things are getting harder and things are getting tougher. Instead of cowering down and backing away, you want them taking a step closer to the line.
Peavy back to throw. Near side, diving attempt, intercepted, Amarian Williams.
Ultimately, 20 years from now, they're not going to remember the score of whatever game we played. They're going to remember the experience. They're going to remember how they felt. And they're going to remember, man, that was a good season. That was a great day. Whatever their best is, I want them to be able to experience it.
It's been great getting to know Chad Scott since he came here with Coach Chadwell.
Yeah.
Great guy, first of all, and really good leading this strength and conditioning staff. All right, time for Warm, Hot, and Fuego. Top player moment from the past week in Liberty Athletics. Rhett, what kind of theme we got this week?
Well, it's hard to believe, Matt, but Christmas is right around the corner.
Yeah, you go to Sam's Club or in the
right,
store, and it's like, what are we, right? It's right around,
I know.
You got everything, all the decorations up.
McDonald's now in the Lynchburg area have their lights up. Like it's
really?
still October.
It's too early.
But anyways, did your family grow up having like the bowl of nuts?
Sure, like the mixed nuts?
Yeah, for Christmas.
Yeah,
okay,
action, the almond
exactly.
action. Absolutely.
National Nut Day.
And those ones that you don't know what they are, but no one likes them, and they're always left in there.
Oh, yeah, those Brazilian nuts.
Yes.
I know exactly
you
what
know
you're
the ones I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the theme today.
Yeah, National Nut Day this week. And so I don't know if these really correspond to the players themselves, but I'm just talking, some of my favorite nuts.
Good, let's do it.
Exactly. Almond is warm this week. That would be, and there's a lot of different things you can do with almond, dessert-wise and whatnot. But Michael Luciano of the men's golf team, a fourth place finish at the Quail Valley Collegiate, third consecutive under par round for him, and a new career low on 54 holes. Okay. So this young man, we haven't heard a ton about the golf team, I'd say, over the past year, but I've been looking through the headlines a little bit here and there, trying to get ready for the spring, because that's when the season really breaks out, and I think he'll be a name that you want to keep an eye on.
They're kind of looking for a little bit of a bounce back.
They are.
They have a very high standard of success, and we'll be excited to see them get back to that. All right, from warm, now we go to hot.
All right, my next nut is the cashew. Love it.
Solid.
It's a good one. They're way overpriced, but hey, when you can get them.
You can barely afford the things.
It really is.
Made out of gold.
Yeah, if they, and especially if you ever had the chocolate covered ones?
Delightful.
Yes, they're lovely, especially at this time of year. All right, Paige over cash on volleyball.
Yeah.
They
cash? Yes. Maybe over cash you. Did you do that on purpose?
Oh my goodness.
That would have been
I
great.
should have just said yes. Anyways, Middle Tennessee They lose the first one in 5 sets. They come back in the second one down 2-1. Paige Overcash has a great day. Match high 22 kills, hit 452 on the day. That's pretty doggone high. Great job. And also had 3 blocks. And again, this is a team that's just a young team that's continuing to learn how to win. I also say, like, it's a little bit different learning how to not lose as well.
Sure.
Like, there's certain elements to that. And so they just continue to get better and better. And Coach White, having seen him live on the sidelines, like, I really like what he's made up of. And I think this team, I told you off camera, I was like, I think this team eventually is going to be a top 25 team in the nation.
Wow.
Right? So, yeah, it's not going to happen this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a few years down the road. But he just has that ability, you can see, just to kind of get their level of play to where it needs to be. And this team's going to be spot on.
Program on the rise for sure. All right, finally, Rhett, in Fuego.
Yes.
What do we got?
Pistachios.
Oh, solid.
Oh, gotta love them. You know, it's I with the shell on.
Absolutely. Crack them. I'll throw the shell in and eat it almost like a sunflower seed.
Do you do that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, just kind of like, I'm with you.
Just spit at the shell.
Yeah. You don't need that kind of fiber.
For the little kids, you know, like, that says eat the whole thing.
We don't want to hear about that. All right. Julia Tornati here on the field hockey team. She has just been, this freshman has been named the Big East Freshman of the Week. Against Providence, this was a game that went late. There was no score. She gets the assist on the game winner. And then following against St. Joseph's. And these kind of games, end of the year, you're going against teams that don't have the greatest records, and you're thinking, it's probably hard to get up for them.
Sure.
If I'm 100% honest, it's a long season, and you're probably thinking, here we go again.
The dog days.
Exactly. This team's not ranked. We're just ready to get to the conference tournament and get on to the NCAA tournament. And so when you go against these teams, obviously it can be a little bit of a stalemate. It's like soccer, you know, it's just like low scoring event. And then Tornati comes through with a big assist and also a big goal, the game winner against St. Joe's.
Yeah, and like you've said before, it seems like with field hockey, it's somebody different every game. And that's exciting that they have that kind of
dangerous
depth.
Group.
It certainly is. All right, we appreciate it, Rhett, as always. All right, time to get you caught up now on Flames in the Pros. A big week for some Liberty athletes here this past week. Let's start with Demario Douglas. 3 catches, 17 yards for the Patriots receiver in a win over Tennessee. Pretty average numbers, but one of those catches, a one-handed grab that converted a key fourth down.
Pop.
That's right. How about Mason Fluharty? He had himself quite an ALCS for Rhett's Blue Jays.
Oh boy.
The lefty pitched in the first 4 games of the series, did not allow a run in 3 of those 4 outings, and with the Jays series win in 7 games, he'll now join Sid Bream as the only 2 former Flames to ever play in a World Series.
I know this is unconventional. Really quick, he's also the reason the Jays have home field advantage.
That's right.
As he struck out
Ohtani and Betts early in the regular season.
That's
Mason. Right. And finally, Talon Peter turned in a fantastic preseason for the Pacers. The guard averaged 10 points, 4.5 rebounds, just over 3 assists throughout the 4 games. Next up, the regular season, and according to Talon, despite being in the league now, he's still frequently in contact with Liberty head coach Richie McKay.
I get a phone call after every game, giving me the truth, good, bad, the ugly, something that he did with me all last year. He's continuing to make me feel like I'm in that locker room, which is unique to basketball in general, and it's keeping me grounded and keeping me confident, keeping me focused, and keeping the main thing the main thing.
They are loving Talon Peter in Indiana right now. They're talking about him playing some backup point guard for them this year. Also, so cool the relationship he still has with Richie McKay. You can see the kind of culture that they built in that program, that he's still dialing him up after every single game, whether he's here in Lynchburg or now playing for the Pacers.
I wish Richie would give me a call sometime.
He never called us, huh? Only works with NBA players, apparently, Rhett. Sorry about that. Yes. No. Hey, we do want to tell you, Liberty, what is it? The Flame Central Podcast is what we call it now. Check it out every Monday. Joe Yock, myself, sometimes Emily Austin. We break down everything that's happening. You can catch a new episode this week with Alexis Sherard.
Yeah, that's great. And also check out the website, libertyflamecentral.com, for any stories that you might have missed.
For Rhett, I'm Matt. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you right back here next time.